Hello everyone and welcome back to Project Fern. I'm Danny and today we've got another video on my 2008 Audi S3. In today's video we're going to be replacing the rear wiper motor and a few other bits on the car. As most of you'll know, with the 8-piece chassis, I don't know if it's common on other Audis as well, the rear wiper drops and causes damage to the tailgate when you shut it. We're also going to be doing the fuel filter as well. If you watched the major service video I did on the car, I had to leave it away because I didn't have a screw to put back in, but I'm going to continue to drill that rusty screw out, remove the rest of it and then replace the fuel filter today as well. I'm going to start with showing you all the parts that I bought for the car. The first thing is the actual wiper motor. It's a Valeo one, which is pretty much standard on all cars. It won't have the manufacturer's sticker on it, but it's exactly the same unit. I paid £69 for this car and I think I got it pretty cheap. Usually they're around £90. So if you are thinking of replacing your rear wiper motor because it's dropped, I'll put a link in the description to this one. I've bought a new wiper motor grommet as well, which sits in the glass. I bought this from Audi, but I will put a link in the description below to them on eBay if you want to replace them. It was £4.19 from Audi, the actual main dealer. On eBay I've seen them for like £13, which is pretty expensive. I know they've got postage on top of that, but don't always think that they are the cheapest on eBay. It's always worth ringing your local dealer up and finding out what price they are there to, and you can just pop in and pick them up. As I was in Audi, I thought I'd buy the rear nozzle from there as well, the washer nozzle. You would have seen in a previous video that it's actually blocked and corroded, so it needs replacing, which I may as well do it while I'm doing the rear wiper motor and get the rear wiper washer working again. It's not an MOT failure or anything like that, but it's just nice to know it's working, and I'll show you in a little bit more detail why I really want to get this changed out. That was £13.12 from Audi. You can get aftermarket ones on eBay for like £5. I'll link both in the description below. To remove the trims, I've got myself a nice new trim set, removal set. Comes in a little bag. I have got tools, but they're more metal than anything, and they're alright for like exterior clips and stuff under the bonnet, but as we move on to interior trims, removing them, I wanted something where I had the proper tools to do it so I don't damage them and preventing me from snapping clips and stuff. This toolkit was £12.50 I think off eBay, and I'll put the link in the description to this as well. Then the last job today is to drill that screw out and get the fuel filter fit, and then that will complete the major service video. It annoyed me not being able to do this on the day, but I had to drive the car home and didn't want anything going wrong. I've been in that situation before where you think, oh, I'll just give it a go, and then you're stuck at the unit and you can't get home and you have to ring someone or get a taxi, and it's not ideal. So that's all the parts done. What are going to be fit today, so let's crack on with the video. So you can see usually the rear wipers down there. I don't know what causes them to drop or causes this play in them. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up there. There's a slight mark in the lacquer. I have seen them where they've gone down to the primer or even the bare metal. I think the damage is caused when you slam the boot or just shut the boot and it causes the wiper to drop. But we're going to change all that out today and get it all working again. I can't show you, but behind the number plate there's a few little pin drops of rust as well, and I just thought it was from maybe the actual seal on the window. But when I was testing the rear nozzle, I noticed that there was water coming from the internal latch inside. The car's locked. So the back pressure off the nozzle being blocked was causing the pipe to leak inside, which has been causing it to cause a little bit of rust inside behind this plate, but I'll show you more when I get the panel off. Also, before I do that, I just want to say I know there's videos on YouTube of people taking these units off and rotating them round a cog, which makes them sweep further over the other way, which is a cost-effective way to stop this drop, I think. And I've seen a lot of people also get the wiper delete, which is just a grommet that goes inside, and I'll link that in the description below if that's the option or the path you want to go down. But today I want to remove the whole unit, including that rusty nozzle jet as well, and get everything working as it should. Inside the boot here we've got two Torx 20s that need to come out, one on each side, and then the rest of this is literally just all clipped on. I'm going to give it a wiggle with my hands first, but if not, I'm going to get the new trim tools in and get it prized off, and then we can look further at the wiper motor. So I use this trim tool and work my way around that edge. There are a lot of clips in here. I got the first two off, and then it kind of like over loops on this bit here. So just be careful. They all come off. Sorry, this panel came off pretty well, but the problem is the clips are metal. So the chances are that the plastic's going to give way first, but luckily there, we've not broke any of the plastics or the clips or anything. This is what I mean about the pipe inside, the back pressure with the nozzle being blocked. It's obviously spraying water on there, and then you can also see the residue on here as well, which is all going to have to be wiped off, and you can see where it's rusted these clips a little bit as well. A little bit on these edges as well. It's just dirty water really. It's obviously been running down this edge here and dripping out of here. But there's the wiper motor. So I'm going to start now. I'm just going to remove the actual wiper arm and stuff now. I've got this internal panel off and go from there. Right, onto this rear wiper now. This cap literally pulls off. This nozzle, just get your finger behind it, pull that off as well. And you can see the rusty, what looks like a 13mm inside there. So we're going to take that off now, give it a spray with some WD-40, and then get this wiper arm wiggled off. I'm not thinking it's going to be coming off too easy with the corrosion I can see there. But we can only give it a wiggle and a try, and hopefully we don't break it. I got the nut off okay, but it is absolutely sea solid. So I'm going to try this little puller and just gently, without damaging the plastic hopefully, pop it off slowly but surely. Just going to wind this down now with a ratchet, and hopefully it's going to pop it off. So that little puller attached, it's not caused any damage or anything. It's just slowly lifted it up, and now it's finally cracked that off. I just took my time with it and it's done. So you might need one of them. I bought a 3-pack ages ago, and when you buy tools they're definitely an investment. You might not use them straight away, but it's just nice having them on the shelf, because this would have been job stop today, because I wouldn't have been able to get that off, and I probably would have snapped it and then had to go and buy a new wiper arm too. I spoke too soon in the previous clip. It's actually pulled the inner out of the wiper arm, and this is totally seized on. I've tried everything to try and get it off, so I'm going to have to order a new wiper arm as well, because I've now brought this one. Hopefully they're not too expensive, but like I say, I didn't want to cut that bit off. I thought it had pulled a lot off, but it's not. It's just pulled the actual splined gear, or the splined insert, whatever you want to call it, off that, and it's stuck on there royally. I've tried everything, like I say, to get it off, but I'm just going to continue now. We've got the new wiper motor grommet, which is going to sit there. I'm going to pop that off now. It was pretty loose, looked like it was letting a little bit of fluid through, but usually that's got a cap on, which probably protects it from that. So I'm going to pop that off now and get the new one in. That's the new grommet in. There's a little arrow on the bottom that points down. On the old one there was like a notch that was upwards, but they are angled. I should have shown you really, but that's the way, if you get one from Volkswagen, that's the way it goes in. But make sure you do have a quick look before you take it out and make sure there's any markings on, and then you can have a look at the new one and see which way it's supposed to go in. That's the new wiper motor in place. The washer nozzle is on, the multi-clip's back in. This seal from Audi is much tighter. So I'm going to get this tested now. I'm going to put the nozzle on and make sure it works before I build it back up. Absolutely gutted about that wiper arm. I thought I'd be having an easy day today. This stuff happens, but I've just got to deal with it and get a new wiper arm from Audi or online, wherever I can get one quickest, and move forward with my life. As you just saw, we've now got a working rear wiper and, well, a wiperless working rear wiper, and the nozzle now works. I'm going to give it a wipe down inside, give it all a clean off and get it built back up, ring Audi and see how much a new wiper arm is. The interior panel's been put back on. I've put the old washer nozzle on just so if it gets lost while I'm out and about, I'm not bothered. I'm going to keep the brand new one on the cap at the unit. Job stopped today. I'm going to go to Audi now and get a price for a rear wiper arm. Right people, it's been an absolute eternity and I've been driving around for weeks now with no rear wiper blade on the car as I left it in the previous clip. I ended up buying a genuine rear wiper arm and cover from a company online called LLC Parts. They took an eternity to even dispatch them. When they were dispatched, this were two separate orders, they weren't placed on the same order, and then when I chased them up after about 2 or 3 weeks and asked them could I have the tracking numbers, they instantly refunded me saying they've checked the tracking number and they've been lost. A bit of a coincidence how both of them have been lost. I checked the feedback, I ordered them off eBay, the feedback's shocking. That's my experience with them. I've no doubt lots of people have a good experience with them, but I didn't. So I had to go to Parts. It cost me about I had to go to Audi, sorry, and it cost me about £20 more than what it was with them, but it's irrelevant as I never got the parts from them. But what I have noticed is that the this lug that goes onto the actual wiper motor isn't splined. It splines itself when you bolt it up, which will probably explain why there's a bit of play in them over time. Not too sure, but I'm going to grease mine. I've also bought a new nut to go on to replace the rusty old one. We can't be putting that back on. Thinking about it now, really, I could have probably, just let it focus on that, I could have probably cut that off, but then I would be in the same position again if it ever got stuck or anything. We've got the corrosion behind that piece of metal there, so I'm going to grease the new one up before I put this one on and tighten it up. And at least that's another job done for today. So finally we've got a rear wiper back on the car. In total, I think it's cost of over £100 for to sort that out. It's quite an expensive fix, and I do understand now why people just delete the rear wiper, but I like doing things properly. I wasn't expecting it to cost that much, but it's done now, and I can move on to finishing off the fuel filter. I just need to drill that screw out, and then I can get the old one out. I don't know if you can see up there, I managed to drill the bracket out. It has split a little bit. Sorry, but once I get that screw out, if I can focus on it there, I'll be able to put a washer on this and connect it all back up. That's the new genuine filter finally on. These are these 2-minute jobs that end up taking ages. I don't know if you can see up there, I've put some white lithium grease all over that screw, which should set. I put it underneath it as well, so we shouldn't have this problem when I come to change it again, probably next time I service it. But that's another job done, 2 jobs done today, which have been dragging on for weeks, so I'm buzzing with that. Well, that's another couple of jobs complete on the Audi. I've started it all up, everything's fine, fuel's coming through. I primed the pump first. I did notice under the bonnet then when I had it running that the cam follower started ticking. Never noticed that before, didn't notice it when I went looking at it. It's a good job. I'm going to be replacing that in the next video when I do the PCV valve and gasket. I'm going to be doing the cam follower, also the diverter valve, and a few other bits that you should be looking at on these cars to do a bit of preventive maintenance. That's all been changed on this car, but it clearly shows that it needs doing again. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a bit of a long, drawn out one. I know most people probably say, why have you bothered going to all that expense for the rear wiper, but it's just what I do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, any comments, put it in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next video.